Hello, this is Tola from Trifield Productions with another Blender quick tip. And in this quick tip, I'm going to show you how you can import signs like neon signs into Blender fairly easily by using the Procedural Signs Addon. It's not free. Here's the website or the site where the add-on is available, and it's just $18, which is a really good price for what the add-on can do, and it does a great deal. I've done a tutorial on neon signs or neon signs before, but with that add-on that's called Geo Signs, it was a little bit more complicated to use some aspects of it, but this one is more straightforward. It renders in Eevee and in cycles, and it's for Blender 4.2 all the way up to 4.4. And I'll leave this link below the video so you guys can download yourselves and check it out. But I'm using 4.1 myself for this tutorial, and it seems to work fine with no issues. But when you download the zip folder, it'll come with two folders. One would be the Procedural Signs add-on itself, and the Signs Asset Pack. You have to unzip the asset pack, but leave the add-on itself unzipped. And when you install it, just go to Edit, Preferences, Install, and you just copy and paste. I'm going to press left click here, right click, copy, minimize that, left click here, Control V, enter, and then click on the add-on itself, or click on it, and then click on Install Add-on. I've already done that myself. And with this aspect of it, after you've unzipped it to its own separate folder, I'm going to type in procedural here, and here it is, put check in the box and it's activated. And here's where you install the asset folder. Left click on that. Let's go back up. I already installed it. Just double click, then click on accept, and then that's ready to go. And to save it, just press Save Preferences to ensure that it's saved within Blender. Let's turn that off. It's going to be in the tool panel over here. Scroll all the way down for myself, and here it is. And it's a really straightforward add-on. It's split into two parts. This part is if you want to customize the signs yourself. You have the big screen, billboard, channel sign, LED screen, light sign, and neon sign. And here you have the presets, or the already made signs that you don't have to they can just import and use them as they are, and it's the same categories as the ones up above. So you have your big screen here, click on that drop down, got your billboard, the thumbnails are all here, different kinds of billboards. Your channel sign, also different kinds of billboards there, light sign, different kinds of light signs, and so on and so forth. So it's pretty cool. And the parameters to adjust the way the sign looks are pretty much similar for both. But let's start off with this one. I'm not going to go through all the parameters, but we'll go through some of them to get you an idea of how it actually works. I press A on my keyboard and delete all this. Press delete on my keyboard, delete all that. And we're going to see how it looks in cycles. So it turns from Eevee to cycles, CPU, GPU. Maximum samples 128 for the viewport. Go to my world settings and just make this a little bit darker because these are neon signs. We want to see how they look when it's dark. So I'm going to click on big screen. Let's go to billboard. And you can import an image because that's how these work. This one works. So I'm going to click on add sign. And I'm going to navigate to where I've stored some images. Let me go to my texture file, Blender Textures, change the way this is displayed, and let's scroll down. Let's click on Fox and Socks, Dr. Zeus, import image as that sign, and there we go. And it comes with the mount that the sign is posted on. It comes with lights. And let's press 1 on the keyboard to go into front view. and kind of reposition our window here. And click on that icon to change the viewport. Give it a few seconds to propagate, and there we go. It's pretty fast. And all of our settings for this, or here, sign settings, click on that. So you have settings for the billboard. You can make it a double billboard, the pillar, spotlights, corridor. Let's expand that. Here you can make it bigger, the scale of your billboard bigger. Change the offset, the separation. You can rotate it too, which is cool. So this is just a straightforward add-on, and it just works great. And it's double right now because it has the billboards on the front and on the back. If you just want it on one side, deactivate it by clicking on that, so you have just one billboard facing on the one side, which is good. Let's minimize this. Pillar, can increase your pillar counts, the heights of your pillar, the pillar radius, you can change that to make it bigger or smaller or thinner. Two pillars enable a ladder, which is activated, which is cool. So this is really nice. They've paid a lot of attention to detail when it comes to how billboards look actually. So that's really nice. Let's minimize this. Spotlights, let's check that out. Right now you have the spotlights at the top, which is indicated right here. You can have spotlights on the bottom by putting a check in this box to light up the bottom of your billboard. You can increase your spotlight separation if you want to. Spotlight length, you can adjust that also. Make it stand out from the billboard quite a bit, or closer to the billboard, whichever you prefer. Change rotation. If you look at the spotlights, let's zoom in on the top one here, the spotlight there. If you adjust the parameters here, you can see that the spotlight's starting to tilt up and down. Edge limits, you can change that also. You have settings for the corridor, enable the corridor, enable railing and things like that. So it's really nice. Now if we go to the other aspect of it, let's delete this. Delete, keep all that selected, press delete on our keyboard. And the thing with Blender, sometimes if you delete something in your scene, it still keeps the collection. Let's click on that, right click, delete hierarchy, just to start from a clean slate. Click on that, let's go to LED style, actually channel sign. I want to showcase the drawing aspect of this, because this sign has a drawing feature, and this one also has a drawing feature, but these are two different styles of drawing features. So we're going to start off with the first one, and with this you can type in text or use an SVG, which is a scalable vector graphic if you want, or draw. I want to showcase the draw aspect, so I'm going to click on that and press 1 on my keyboard, reposition, go back to the gray shading so that it doesn't slow down our viewport, click on add sign. It turns our cursor into a pen or a pencil, and you can actually draw with this. Let's draw a fish. I'm going to draw a fish here. You left click and drag to draw. Looks like a sideways pear, but that's something there. You can draw letters too. Let me draw an E here. Left click and just hold down your left mouse button and just move your mouse around. That's our E. And as we continue to add more letters or shapes to the billboard, you can see that at the bottom it expands as we go. And let's draw an S. Give ourselves a little S here. And that's that. And to get out of this mode here, click on that, edit mode to object mode, and there we have it. I can see that our sign here has a framework to do with, has lights at the bottom, and it has some thickness. So let's change the way this looks. Let's left click on that on our shader viewport. Here is white, and our settings are once again here. General settings are here. Right now the front color is white. Left click on there, you can change it to green, blue, red, whatever color you desire. The sign on the Z offset, you can change that. The texture, you can add texture to it. Let's left click to turn this from 0 to 1. and it gives us that texture. And if you zoom in, let's make this a little bit lighter so you can see what's going on with the texture. So I'm going to change this to like a green color. You can see this is like a grid, like a tile. Zoom in, you can see that this is like a tile here, tile texture. And I think it has one more texture besides this. Let's left click again to 2. And now this is like a grunge kind of texture. So it has that going for it. So you can change the emission strength. You have support settings here, edge support, lateral offset, height offset for the frame that the sign is sitting on. You can change this, make it taller, shorter, so on and so forth. And if you feel that you have too many spotlights at the bottom, you have a setting, because right now there are tons of spotlights at the bottom. You can enable top spotlights or bottom spotlights, and you can reduce the number of spotlights. Let me see, where can you reduce that? Can you reduce it right here? I thought there was a feature where you can reduce the number of spotlights, but if you increase the separation, that reduces it. That's how you can reduce the number of spotlights at the bottom. So that's nice. Now the other drawing aspect of the add-on that I wanted to show doesn't do the kind of bold lettering or a drawing like this. It actually gives you more like a stick figure like look to your billboard. So we're going to keep this highlighted and press delete on our keyboard to get rid of that. Left click in our outliner, right click, delete hierarchy. Go back up here to neon signs, and here we have a different kind of draw aspect to it. Change our viewport again to kind of the gray shading. Press 1 on our keyboard to get our front view back, and click on add sign. Once again, turns it into a pencil or pen. And this is how this one works too. It doesn't give you the same result, but a different look. Left click and drag. That's a T. And with this, if we zoom in, you see, you can see that there's a wire here. This is a different kind of sign. It gives you a different kind of neon sign. It gives you a wire to give it more of a realistic look. 1 on our keyboard again. I'm going to spell my name, O-L. Move this over one more time. And the letter A. Once again, to get out of edit mode, click on that option there, turn to object mode, and here we go. So now we have my name Tola spelled, not done well, this is just for the tutorial, but you can do a better job when you take your time. But you'll see that the letters have wires connected to them because that's how neon signs look. And when we go to the viewport shading, change that to the cycles, we can see that it's illuminated. Now, if we go down here to our options here, we can make this thicker. Let me see if we can scale this up. Yeah, there we go. Make it a lot thicker so we can see a lot better. And we can change the colors from neon. The neon color right now is like a blue color, turn it into green, purple color. And the border color is also different, which is on the edges. You can change that also to blue. It's subtle, but it's there. And you can see that's got some backing to it too, but you can change. Can change the emission strength, animation. All these are animated. That's one thing I wanted to point out. So they're all animated. So it's not just a still image that you're going to see or a still shot that you'll see, but they're all animated, especially the ones that have text. Can mirror the neon. You can cut the offset. Brand Y, brand Z. You can change the look of the base, enable base or disable it. And if you can actually change the way the wires look. If it's paint, you can change out the way the base looks when it's worn out. You can have worn out paint. You can change the base color of the paint. You can have bulbs, neons, all kinds of stuff. This is the aspect for when it comes to the wires. Right now the wires are kind of a little bit on the stiff side, so you can have them hang more by increasing the max hanging wire parameter. So yeah, it's got a lot of options to it, a lot of great looking presets to it. And we're going to check out the presets real quick and then call it a day with the tutorial. But this is one of the best add-ons that I've ever viewed or done a review on. It's really nice, really does a great job, and it makes it easy to make neon signs in Blender. So we're going to keep that highlighted, press delete on our keyboard again, go back to our collections, outliner, left click, right click, delete hierarchy. And now we're going to check out the presets. Let's go to, let me see, let's check out the light sign. Let's click with that. Let's click on this and click on add presets. Give it a second to populate. Let's go to view, frame selected, and that's our sign there. And if we press play on our keyboard, like I said before, they're all animated. They all do this, so that's great. This is one thing I like about the add-on also. It just looks great. You could the parameters for this, or let me see here also. You can change the width, the scale of the frame, the depth of it, the thickness. Enable round mirror or enable mirror. You can do that also. LEDs, you can enable those if you want. You can see that, so you can have more LEDs on the inner edge of the frame there. Change the color. Right now it's white. Turn to any color you want: red, blue, green, so on and so forth. Enable animation for those also. You have presets for the bulbs too, or parameters for the bulbs. Increase them, make them bigger, smaller. Enable animation, different types of bulbs. Right now it's on the setting 2. This is the third setting, which means that all the bulbs are lit up. The other setting, only every other one was lit up, but this one, all of them are lit up, and all of them go on and off at the same time. I can change the sign material, so on and so forth. So yeah, this is a great add-on. You guys should check it out for yourselves. Download it. It does neon creation of signs very, very easily. And that's today's Blender quick tip, the Procedural Signs Add-on. Great price, great product. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys will download yourself, like I said before, and check it out. Thanks for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. All right, adios.